What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Mac Drive Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Halo 2, which was released on the Xbox and PC by Microsoft Game Studios and Bungie. And it is, of course, the sequel to the classic game Halo Combat Evolved. And pretty much the plot of the game has two parts to it. The first part deals with the UNSC space station being attacked during a medal ceremony by the Covenant, while Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson were receiving medals, while Commander Miranda Keyes was receiving a medal on behalf of her deceased father because of his actions during the events of the first Halo game, stuff like that. They successfully fend off the attack by the Covenant, and they pretty much found out about a bomb that they brought. They brought at least three that I'm aware of because they were mentioned, and they go to Earth to battle the Covenant, and they find out that another Halo was built, so they go on a mission to shut it down before the Covenant activated and stuff like that. Then the other aspect of the story mode involves this disgraced elite commander who was on trial because he failed to prevent the destruction of the first Halo in the first game and stuff like that. Now he was going to be executed, but one of the Covenant leaders pretty much decided that he was going to give him the opportunity to become the arbiter because of because they were trying to prevent this heresy from spreading further than it already was, and to obtain the 343 guilty spark and stuff like that. Now when you press the start button for Halo 2, you'll either be asked to create a new profile, or you select a current profile depending on the number of profiles that's available. You know what I'm saying? If you create a new profile, you're either going to start a new game or play the campaign in co-op mode and stuff like that. If you're selected an existing profile, you will either press select resume, select the mission, or do the co-op mode. Now the cooperative mode is essentially a split screen two player co-op of the campaign mode, much like the first Halo game and stuff like that. Now there's 15 missions in Halo 2's campaign mode and stuff like that. But the first mission technically is a cutscene of like the medal ceremony and the elite commander's trial and stuff like that. Then it of course it proceeds with the battle on the UNSC space station, stuff like that. And there's essentially 8 levels where you play as Master Chief, and there's 6 levels that you play as the Operator and stuff like that. And essentially, once you it goes pretty much back and forth between the two. You first play as Master Chief, and then you go play as Arbiter and stuff like that. That's how they set it up and stuff. Far as the Covenant units, you still have to fight the Grunts, Jackals, Elites, and Hunters, but the Brutes and Drones were added to the Covenant units, and of course they were introduced through Halo 2. And I think that the Covenant, based off the lore, were recruited by the Covenant at some point after the first game, at the events of the first game and stuff like that. And as far as the prophets are concerned, you only see them in the cutscenes. As far as the weapons, you'll use UNSC weapons like the pistols, battle rifle, SMGs, sniper rifles, rocket launcher, which have a lock-on capability for different weapons, for different vehicles, which I'll talk about later. The shotgun and grenades. Now, the assault rifle is the only weapon from the first Halo game that don't return to this specific game and stuff like that. And for us, the Covenant weapons, you can use the plasma pistol, plasma rifle, needler, the Covenant carbine, the beam rifle, the brute shot, the energy sword, the rod gun, which is like essentially a rocket launcher, and plasma grenades. Now, one thing that is worth mentioning, of course, is that there's dual weapons capability with, if you can call it that, of the pistols, SMGs, plasma pistols, plasma rifles, and needlers, stuff like that. So you can essentially mix and match them. You know what I'm saying? It's not limited to the campaign mode. You can also use the dual wheel in the multiplayer mode also. Now, and there's also the vehicles that you can use under the Covenant vehicles and the UNSC vehicles. As far as the UNSC vehicles, you can essentially use the Warthogs and the Scorpions. Now, in this game, there's two versions of the Warthog. The first version is with the Gatling gun, which is what's in the first game, and the second version is has a Gauss cannon. I guess that's how you pronounce it, along with the Scorpion. Now, I would say the that there's nothing else that technically changed about the first Warthog and the Scorpion, outside of the fact that the first Warthog has better traction and everything. And as far as the Covenant vehicles, you can use the Ghost, Banshee, Wrath, Spectre, and stuff like that. Now, under the split screen and system link, they function pretty much the same way they do in the first Halo game. You know what I'm saying? Where the split screens where you can play get play against up to three people and stuff like that. With and with the system link, you can have up to four Xboxes and four copies of Halo 2, and where up to 16 people can play. You know what I'm saying? And the game types are like Slayer, Capture the Flag, Assault, King of the Hill, Juggernaut, territories and stuff like that. You can pretty much change the rules. You can change the options like points needed to win, time limit, and other like options like that, which would include the type of weapons you can use and stuff like that. Now, with Xbox Live, which is no longer available on the original Xbox, you can essentially play the same type of games I just mentioned, like Capture the Flag, Slayer, and stuff like that. Now, you could it allowed you to use internet connection, whether it was high speed or broadband, you know. And you of course needed an Xbox Live account so you can play with other people, pretty much under like quick matches or option matches. You know what I'm saying? And the results of those games affected how you fared. You know what I'm saying? Um, and pretty much you were either part of a party or a clan. You know what I'm saying? And in the latter, it functioned like a military type. I don't want to say a military type of thing. Excuse me. But there was four roles that people functioned under clan, which were overlord, staff member, and peon. I don't know why peon will be a role under clan in Xbox Live, but it's there. is kind of hilarious if you want to know the truth about it. And for our settings are concerned, you can pretty much change the player profile and the game types for multiplayer and stuff like that. And pretty much with the player profile, you can pretty much change things like the name of the profile, the button configuration, stick layout, stuff like that. Now, with the game variants, you can change the game types like Slayer, Capture the Flag, Hardball. Pretty much, you can say like just Slayer, Team Slayer, stuff like that. Or it's the same thing with the other game types. You can play Team Capture the Flag, Team King of the Hill, whatever your preference may be under that. You know what I'm saying? And you can also change the map, like you can coagulation and headlong. You can use that for stuff like capture the flag and a while you can use lockout and tower for stuff like Slayer and everything. Now pretty much the graphics and design for Halo 2 are pretty much great, and it has some pretty good um pretty excellent color palettes and stuff. And the controls and gameplay are very good, and I do like the fact that the Warthogs have better traction, and the dual wheels for the pistol, SMG, plasma pistol, plasma rifle, and needler are a nice touch in my opinion and everything. Now the soundtrack is pretty excellent for the sound for the campaign and stuff, and the cutscenes in the within the campaign um are good just as much in the soundtrack for that's played in the cutscenes, in my opinion. And the story for Halo 2 is just very good, in my opinion. And it seems like they kind of outdid themselves when you compare it to the story mode of the first Halo game and stuff like that. And pretty much the multiplayer is good, you know what I'm saying. And my favorite multiplayer mode is System Link, especially if you have like 5 or 6 other people that's playing along with you in System Link. You know what I'm saying? It makes it more fun like that. Now, Halo 2 is one of the best Xbox games to be released, in my opinion, and it's one of the best sequels ever made and everything. Now, I would definitely recommend Halo 2 for anybody who was a fan of first person shooters, and I would recommend it to anybody who never played it and stuff like that. As far as the score, I definitely give it a 10 out of 10 because it corrected the two complaints that I had with the first Halo game, which had to do with the Warthog and the flood and stuff like that. Like I said in the last video, they were pretty much minor, but they corrected those two things and stuff. With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Halo 2, you know what I'm saying? The aspects of it that you liked, you know what I'm saying? Regarding the campaign mode, the multiplayer, and the online server stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro and Fan 12 signing off.